Hello, my name is Barbara Wainwright. I'm the CEO and founder of Wainwright Global Institute of Professional Coaching. And today I have a super big privilege of interviewing Carla Benedetti. And I'm just thrilled to have her here because we have some very, very exciting things to share. Carla is a highly experienced and internationally recognized systemic trainer and coach with a passion for personal and professional development. Carla seamlessly developed specialized courses, blending traditional yoga principles. Are you ready for that? Yoga principles with modern coaching tools to foster personal growth and well-being in organizations. Carla's adaptability to diverse cultural contexts fosters effective communication and training. Since 2017, she collaborates with HEC, which is a higher education institution in Paris, with global coaching and leadership development programs. An AI enthusiast, Carla successfully founded a community lab startup in 2020, driving innovative AI models, that's artificial intelligence models, catered to HR and people development processes. 2 years of research and development led to her flagship application, Teach, mentor coaching systems aimed at enhancing communication skills for coaches and managers. Carla is an international speaker on coaching and AI in organizations, and I'm just so delighted. Welcome, Carla, and thank you for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for inviting me. Wow, what an introduction. That's beautiful. It's all my life is there.
Yeah.
So I want to add just that I'm Italian and I'm connecting from Italy, from Rome. And I'm very happy to be here with you this evening for me. It's evening. And to share, just have a conversation on AI in coaching and whatever is coming through the conversation. Thank you.
Love that. I love that very much because AI is a huge topic these days, as I'm sure you're aware, and you jumped into this a long time ago. So how did you get started with artificial intelligence?
Oh, thank you for this question, Barbara. So in around 2014, 15, I started looking into technology and I wanted to see and study how coaching could have been useful for organization during the transition into technology and organization. So I thought I wanted to study how coaching could have been useful and support the processes. So what happened is that I started studying because I'm a good person, I'm a good girl. So I started studying some technology and especially artificial intelligence, and the scientific side of me went crazy. I really get into this new world, and then I changed my perspective. So I started studying how AI could have been useful to make coaching even more effective. And this is started in 2015. And yes, I agree with you. It was very early. Nobody was talking about AI in coaching.
Right. I mean, over here in the United States, it's only been very recently that people have been talking about AI at all. So AI and coaching is another totally new concept. So that's amazing. So would you share what would be the difference between artificial intelligence for coaching and a human coaching?
Oh, that is, I'll try. So
that's a good one, huh?
that now we say human coaching and AI coaching, which is something very weird. Now, if you think about it, nobody needed to say human coaching a few years ago.
Right.
So what is happening is that there are many people, researchers or coaches, studying how to create AI model that can, let me use this word, replace coaches.
Okay.
So basically, there are chatbots, and the client or potential client talks with the chatbot, and the chatbot pretends and try to imitate questions like a coach, a professional coach.
Right.
So this is something that is starting. There are already some, I think something is already also available to the public. I personally am not very happy about that, because I think that it could be a good tool at the very beginning when you need to start deciding the goal. Maybe if somebody is really interested in coaching, if it is coaching what they want, they are looking for. So maybe at the very beginning, it could be useful. But then if we really use it as an AI coach, I think it's going to become very flat and standard. It cannot really replace a human being. So I think the main difference between human coaches and AI coaches is that they're not coaches. They lack the human part of it.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Oh my gosh. Well, do you think that those two things have anything in common? AI?
Well, oh, sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the AI and human in terms of coaching, is there something in common there?
Yes, when I started studying, the first thing I learned is that I studied at MIT, so they're very good in this stuff. So the first thing I learned is that if you really want to have the outcome you're looking for, you need to ask the right question. And I thought, wow, this is like coaching.
Yes.
The only difference, well, the big difference is that when we ask a question in coaching, we are not looking for an outcome.
Right.
You don't know what the client is looking for.
Right.
In AI, you know what you're looking for. So you
Yes.
need to be very clear about what you're looking for. And then you need to create the prompt, the right specific question to make sure that the machine can give you the outcome you're looking for.
Right.
But the question is important. And that is something that really, I felt like, oh, I like that.
Yes, yes. So do you think there are benefits to incorporating AI like you mentioned in the beginning when you're coaching, incorporating AI makes sense. So in the beginning, what would you say some of the benefits of doing that would be?
Well, from my experience, we have AI in our daily life. We are surrounded. We use it constantly, even when we notice we are using AI. So
Right.
So there are already a lot of system platforms, technologies that help coaches in the administration, for example, in making the bookings, in organizing the clients. So these kind of tools for productivity, they are already there.
Yes.
And I think that there are platforms like, marketplace platform like Better App or Coaching Hub, where coaches can be there, use the platform to deliver coaching, the sessions, but also to manage all these annoying and timekeeping using.
Yes, right.
So in that area, we already have a lot.
Yes. I agree. And then so the benefits are there. We can see what would you say would be the downside, or is there any downside?
Oh, always, I think, always.
Okay.
If we stay to the general AI, I think that the downside is that what I notice, I don't know if it's just my perception, is that many people, not just coaches, many people don't really know what they're using. So I think there is a lack of awareness about what the machine is doing, why it's doing it, how it works. Sometimes there are, in very complex systems, there are outcomes that are reached by the machine. We don't even know how the machine reached that result. So the downside could be that we delegate in order to get solutions or answers to very complex questions. So, but this is not really specific to coaching. I think I think the downside is when we don't really know what we are doing and what we are using. I think that is the thing.
What about complexity? Do you think it could be very complex to learn these tools, or what are your thoughts about that?
No, I think that we need really the basics. We don't need to become engineers. I mean, I am a coach. I'm not a scientific person, but I really love it.
Yeah, me too.
Study. The first time they showed me the codes of my system, I was kind of emotional. I said, oh God, it's possible. So and the more I study, the more I get passionate, but still I love the humanity of coaches, of human beings. So that's what I really think is interesting. And what I want to do is what I'm doing is to use artificial intelligence for people. So to find create systems that really can collaborate with us. But the collaboration
Yes.
needs to be conscious. We need to know what we're doing.
Yes.
Otherwise, we become lazy. We expect the machine to do everything for us. We start delegating everything and we lose completely control. I think this is the downside, the fact that we lose control. Then we have all these ideas about ethics, about regulation. That is all true.
Yes. Ethics comes into it for sure. So I know there's already a lot of things available in the market in terms of AI for coaches. Well, at least I've been exposed to a few things, I'll say anyway. And I know that you've developed an AI-based application for coaches. I'd love to hear your thoughts about, first of all, how it works and what an advantage a coach would have if they decided to use it.
Okay, thank you for this, Barbara. So the whole idea came from my mentoring experience. So when I do mentoring, I'm a mentor in my training. And when I do mentoring, I tend to be really data-driven. I really try to look to the evidence in the coaching session. And I noticed so many times that coaches, especially the beginning, it happens to all of us, we might miss something because we look for, we follow our ideas some way, even if we are very present, if we know your rules, we are humans. So we miss something. So the idea came from this experience, and I decided to use the science of artificial intelligence in order to integrate it to our coaching, humanity coaching. So what we bring in coaching, I mean, I don't need to tell your community or yourself, but we bring emotions, we use intuition, we use all those empathy, all those beautiful human qualities. But those qualities sometimes stay in the way because our humanity might miss something. Sometimes we don't even notice that the client was saying something because we hear it, but we are not really listening 100% all the time. So I decided to create something like that. So it took me 2 years altogether to study, to research, to build a test. And so I decided to create this app. It's a system where the coach can import the recording or the transcript of the session, and the machine will either transcribe the session or analyze directly the transcript and provide a feedback based on some competencies like listening, how much time the coach is talking, or open-ended questions. So it's a feedback that can help the coach to notice what was happening in the session. It's not teaching coaching, it's not telling the coach, you should do this, you should do that. There are some notes, some clarification, so you can see the graphic, the numbers, like the coach spoke for 50% of the time and the client 50% of the time. What are the words that you've been using? Those things to really understand if we are communicating completely and listening very basing our attention on the evidence, on the fact. This is the thing that is happening. And all the people starting using it were shocked at the beginning because because it is so quick. I mean, you need to, when you have the transcription, automatic transcription, you always need to do some editing, which is it's important, otherwise the analysis is wrong. But very interesting, and that's it. So this is how it works. So you just get a feedback that can help also the coach through time to learn how to observe fact, because we notice it. I mean, not all coaches can afford to have a mentor constantly. So this probably plays in the mentor because it's not human, but it gives you the opportunity to reflect on your session, to see how you're improving, and to keep, getting some feedback constantly through your
I love it. So here's what I'm hearing. This is an application that you can feed it your audio file, it can transcribe your audio file, and then it can analyze your audio file and analyze your coaching session and give the coach feedback on, were they listening properly? Did they hear what their client was saying? Did they use the same language as their client so that the client felt understood? And it will provide also an analysis or evidence on, was the client talking the most or was the coach talking the most? And so it's great feedback for a coach to be a better coach.
Yes, and this is what I was looking for. So I strongly believe that AI can really help us to become human, fully humans. We can learn from the machines to learn how to use our human abilities. Like in coaching, we can learn by using technology and scientific analysis to notice what we miss because we are human. And
yes,
the thing is
I love this.
amazing, you know? I mean,
Yes.
the thing when we want to see if coaching is really effective, what we usually do is we assess the client.
Yes, yes, yes,
Before
yes,
coaching and after coaching.
yes.
But what is happening really during the session, we don't know.
Right.
So maybe I'm a good coach. I've been coaching for now almost 18 years. But how do I know that maybe in the last 5 years I've been keeping coaching the same standard without growing, no,
Yes,
without
yes.
improving? Nobody's telling me because nobody can be in the session.
Right.
So this is a great tool. Maybe for students and young coaches, even more relevant, no? Because
maybe, yeah, maybe, you know, I agree. It would be, for somebody starting out, it'd be brilliant to get that kind of feedback. And like you said, not everybody has a mentor or even would know where to go to find a mentor in these kinds of terms. A mentor isn't going to sit through a coaching session anyway.
Yes.
You know, so this is doing something more than a mentor would normally do anyway. They're
Yes. Well, yes, sorry. Sometimes the mentor is listening to the recording.
Yeah.
So this could be also a tool. For example, people who go for supervision, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Supervision. You say, you know, I had this experience, I had this session, this happened to me. This tool could be a support. So you can go to your supervisor and say, you know, I had this session with my client, it was very challenging. And then you have this tool and this can give your supervisor some more information about what really happened in the session.
So it gives a summary as well.
Of the session. No, it gives you a summary of your feedback. So you have different competencies, different results, and then at the end, it gives you an overall comment on, given this and this and this from the other competencies overall in your session. And it's not telling you if it was right or wrong. It says, you know, statistically, usually coaches who receive this type of answer, they have this or they do this. So there are some tips, but very light. It's not telling you exactly if you were right or wrong.
I love that it has tips and that it can give you that kind of feedback so that you can be better at what you do. I mean, that's a whole, I would imagine that would be the goal of any coach, would be to be the best they could be. And this tool provides them evidence, if you will, of the ways that they can be better.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And thing, because we move through the sessions with our client, after the third analysis, the third feedback that you receive, a new function start activating, and that function shows you the graphic of your trend with that client. So you can also see if you are, you know, keeping the same type of level of competencies or observation, and you can also notice if this is different from other clients, for example. Then you have the folders, you can collect everything, you have some resources to read the articles. So that's why it's called system, because it's not just feedback. You have a system.
I love it. I really like it. And what came to mind when you were talking about that is, I know that there are people that want to coach family members, right? Or friends. It's very difficult because our personal opinions might get in the way, and that. So if you had this tool, it would really point out the areas where you went, whoa, that's not, that wasn't coaching, and things like that. So that's really, really another benefit. It might really help you be a better coach for people that you know.
Yes, yes, exactly. And also, I noticed that even managers that use coaching skills, and they can use it, maybe they're not coaches, they don't have a mentor in coaching, but they want to use the coaching skills. So when they have a meeting or an assessment with one of their collaborators, they can use this. Of course, we need to ask for permission. Huh? We need to ask for permission to record the conversation. But now what we discovered recently is that coaches are very careful with privacy, but we are more concerned than our clients. So sometimes when I see young coaches, when they start, they say, yeah, but is it difficult to get somebody to record the session? And I say, look, most of the time it's us. If we are relaxed and we say it's just for me, for my mentoring, they're okay, because it's good for them as well.
Yes,
if we get
that's right, because it's helping us be better.
And yes,
we're serving them. So it's like logically you go, yeah, of course. Yeah. So you have some users that have been using the software now. Do you get feedback from them?
Yes. I started, of course, with the testing with some first, a focus group.
Right.
It was very interesting because the reaction is, you never know what is happening. So the first time I was kind of nervous. So yes, very useful. They give me feedback on some areas. For example, they wanted to have also the automated transcript in the transcript inside the same machine, which is quite complex, but we did it. Somebody asked me for the web version, because yes, okay, but the telephone, and now we have the web version.
Oh my gosh!
So
wow!
You can download the app, but then you need to download first, and then you can go on the web and use the app like identical. You have all the same stuff, but it's on your desktop.
Yeah, that's so nice.
They asked for many functions, and I said yes. Okay, calm down. Slowly, with more investment and more, participation, we keep developing. Yes, we are keep developing the old system.
That's wonderful. So you're very responsive to your user requests, which is really amazing. Thinking about AI in coaching, what do you see as potential challenges coming up in the future?
I think that, as I was saying earlier, something like that, it's about being aware. I think this is really crucial for all of us. I mean, everything is so fast. Even with ChatGPT, where everybody uses it, but some people ask for questions that are not supposed to be given by that type of machine. It's not good. You don't look for information. So. And you don't look for calculation. That is not the purpose. So you need to know and read, what is written on the can. So what is the purpose of this machine? And how does it work? Because otherwise, once really AI is everywhere and it's so fast, we lose control. We don't know what is going to happen. So I think that the challenge in general, besides ethics and regulation, is really to be more aware and to keep in mind the idea that it's a collaboration. They're not doing our life. They're not doing our job. Because what is interesting to me is that there is the fear to lose the job.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. But you can't replace a human being.
Yeah, the machine is replacing us, but at the same time, I don't want to do the job.
Yeah.
We need to find a balance. We still need to be in charge. And in order to be in charge and use the machine as a collaboration, we need to know what we are using, not as an engineer. Basic.
Exactly. But the intention, we need to know the intention.
The intention, that is the good word. And then about ethics, my idea, my vision is that if we really grow as human beings, we wouldn't have that issue, because the issue with ethics is our ethics.
Yes, right.
It's not.
It is. I agree. I agree. That comes back to the intention. What was the intention behind creating that software in the first place? Was it a good intention? And if so, then, you know, hooray. And, you know, I mean, there's an expression that talks about intentions, but I'll just keep that to myself right now. But I think having intentions from the heart,
Yes,
are the ones that we want to create an easier, softer way for people to get the results that they want, which in the end is about people, for me anyway, it's about people living from their heart center and doing what they're divinely called to do and express and gift back to the world. And it seems like you've done that. You've been completely inspired, and you've created this AI software that's helping people be better at coaching, which, you know, coaching is such a gift in the first place, but to help people be better at coaching, that's a true gift. And I want to say thank you for, you know, being inspired by it. But not only that, you took action and you made it happen. So those things are huge. And thank you so much for that.
thank you, Barbara, for this space. I think that there is so much we can do, and we need to embrace technology and progress,
Yes.
really keeping in mind that we come first. And as you said, the intention comes from the heart.
Yes. So is there anything else you'd like to share with my coaching community before we close for today?
I'm very happy to be here. So thank you for the invitation again. I hope this has been useful, and I know that there is a discount if you want to download and get the membership. I'm available if you want to ask me more questions. And there will be also, I forgot to tell you, but there is also a webinar coming, a workshop actually coming soon, which is really about could we be, the title, I don't remember because it's new, but the title is a kind of, is it possible to be better humans thanks to AI? Something like that. This is the title.
Nice.
Know more and try to use AI live in your conversation. Together we can participate. You can join me in this.
I love it. That's amazing. Yes. So I forgot to mention it too. There is a discount for all the Wainwright Global coaches. So I would be putting that link in the email. So you should see it below this video link. And I look forward to you exploring and learning about AI and how it can help you to be the best coach ever. So thank you so much, Carla, for taking the time today. I super appreciate it.
Thank you very much for inviting me. And again, if anybody wants to ask me any question, feel free to contact me, really.
Thank you. All right. So I'll be providing Carla's email address as well. All right. Thank you again.
Thank you, Barbara. Thanks.
All right. Bye.